No, okay, now we're live. Hey everybody, how you guys doing today? Welcome to the stream that you've all been waiting for since last month, because we're doing these streams once a month, every month until the release of Taxi Life. Hello everybody, how are you guys doing today? I'm joined here with my colleagues, Alex and Andre. Andre with the beard that looks like Thor. I love it. That's what I'm trying to replicate right here. That's where it is. Alex, our producer, as well. How are you guys doing today?
Great, awesome. I guess couldn't be better.
Fantastic. Andre, how you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, it's okay.
You're
Thanks.
good.
And
Hey,
you?
well, I'm doing fantastic. Like I said, I need to know your beard secrets. What do you do?
Yeah,
Do you have a
time.
special beard kit?
There is no special thing, so it's time,
Really?
only time.
Oh
Yeah,
man. Okay. Only time will heal. Time will give you a good beard as well. So,
exactly.
welcome everybody in the chat. Hello, Pyrus Gaming. Hello, Volt242. Happy you guys could make it with us today. I see we have some new people in the chat as well. James3017, excited to see some footage for the first time, eagerly anticipating this game. Well, we're just as eagerly anticipating it as you are. So, we can't wait to show you what we have in store for today, guys. We're going to be talking about some of the different car models, some of the things we've already implemented, some of the things that we're going to be working on. So, you know, since we do have some new people in the chat, I thought it might be a good idea for us to reintroduce ourselves. So I'll start. My name is Mike, everybody. I'm the community manager for Simterract. We are the makers of Train Life as well as Taxi Life, a city driving simulator. I am the guy on the Discord, on the socials, sharing the memes, the images, the videos, and interacting with you all today, and trying to help get the word out about Taxi Life. Alex, maybe you say a few words about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a producer in Simdirect, taking care of Taxi Life project, which is exactly taking care of coordination of the project on smooth flow and everything that's happening around. Publishing a little bit, so yeah, arranging work for other people. So that's me.
Very nice. Thank you for that. And Andre, let us know a few words about yourself as well, my friend.
So hi, my name is Andrzej, and I'm working as a lead game designer in Simteract, and I'm my responsibilities are preparing gameplay and project vision and making documentation and set things in Unreal Engine.
Very nice. How long have you guys been working in game development so far?
Hola? You can start.
It's 4 years now. Even 7 with some breaks, but like
Okay.
it's like just 4 like full of game development years. But
Nice.
my very first start in the industry was 7 years ago, as I remember, or even 8. So that's quite a long time.
Awesome. Awesome. And what about you, Andy?
So it's something around 9 years in game dev industry.
So you've been around for a long time. You know what you're like. You've seen some things, right?
Yeah,
Cue Vietnam PTSD flashbacks. No.
exactly.
So yeah, guys, that's our team. Hopefully in the far future, not in the far future, because Taxi Life is going to be released later this year, ladies and gentlemen. Towards the end of the year, we are probably going. We're not probably. We are going to go to Gamescom as well. So if you guys are going to be there, you can meet us there. Give us a high five, and we're excited. We're excited to get this game in your hands as quick as possible. So without further ado, let's talk about the game for a little bit, guys, shall we? So before we go into the gameplay, guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that we've been working on since the last month. and maybe we could just share a few words on that. So, Andy, how about the garage? What kind of implementations have we added about the in the garage so far? Because there's been a few builds where we weren't able, like I think for about 2 streams, we weren't able to show the garage. Like it was there for a little bit, but then we removed it because we needed to like tweak it and stuff like that, right? So, but now it's finally back in the build, and we're gonna show some of the people about what we added there. So maybe you could segue a little bit into that.
Okay, so we in last few months we reiterate the garage. We have previously we have some performance issue with that feature, so we need to remove it. And now, as you said, is again in game. And what we have right now, we have possibility to look at the car and buy it and set it as our car and drive through the game.
Very nice.
In this car.
Yeah, and we'll like the garage is gonna be like the main hub, right, for like the player to either buy or sell vehicles. They're gonna either see their stats of the car, like the endurance levels, like because there's going to be an endurance system in Taxi Life, so you might have a bunch of cars that are low on endurance and you might have to fix them all, right? So the garage will give you that information as well. Right now, obviously, it's not perfect. The game is still in pre-alpha, still in development, but we're slowly working our way out of there. Right, Alex? What do you think? How is it going so far from a producer standpoint of view?
Not bad at all. I would say it's correct. Game development, as I always used to say, is like weather. You can predict something by the by the history, some science and everything that's already collected knowledge wise about the industry, but it's still like some, I don't know, a little gust somewhere or wind that takes, like, just makes everything to like fall down, right?
Right.
So so you never know, you cannot predict everything, but all in all, it's quite great. It's quite great. Very. It's an honest work, right? Ain't much, but honest work. But yeah, I'm very happy to be here and observe the entire growth of the project, because like I'm here from the very prototype phase. Andrzej is even earlier, so he can say more. But yeah, I'm still very impressed by the whole development, and it like for sure it has a great direction, a good direction, and it progresses every month, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been at Simteract for a little over a half a year now, and maybe not from inception, right? Because like you said, Andre here has been from the very, very beginning. But the seeing the amount of progress that we've made throughout this year and a half since I've been here, it's great. Honestly, we have such a great team of people working on this game that it's very promising. It's very promising, and we can't wait to show you guys, get your guys' hands on a alpha or a beta or something like that. So more info on that soon when the time arrives. Right now, we're just happy to share some information. We released a developer blog last month, talking about going over some of the progress that we've made already, and we're going to be releasing another one probably after this stream. I'm going to say either tomorrow or the next day. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you follow Taxi Life on Steam and join our Discord channel, as well as follow us on socials to stay up to date with the latest and greatest news from your favorite development team. On that note, I think we can transfer over here to showing some gameplay. Now, before we get into the gameplay, I'm gonna say it every single time that we do this. All right, Alex, do you know what I'm gonna say?
Yeah, that the game is still under construction, and nothing here is like a promise of the final product.
Yes, man, we have done many streams already up to this point, so you know exactly it. As Alex said, guys, this is pre-alpha. Everything is subject to change. This is not the final version of the game. There will be some performance issues that you might see. There will be assets popping in and out. So we in advance apologize, and we could just hope for your understanding at this point. So without further ado, let's show the game. I don't know, my OBS says I need to lower the bit rate. 1 second, because my OBS is guys, people watching the stream right now, is the stream lagging or is it good? I just want some feedback. So my bit rate is at 10,000 right now. I think I need to like put it maybe on 6,000. Let me see 1 second, because my seems no lag, seems fine to me. Okay, cool. All right, so I lowered the bit rate because my OBS is like, I have this little green square and it's like, oh, your stream is good, your stream is bad, and it's red, orange, green, red, orange, green. It's going crazy. So I just need you guys to confirm that for me. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm gonna turn off the background music really quick. Blam, and here we go. Okay, so here we have the first vehicle. Here he has the first vehicle. This is the car that we started development on Train Life with, right, Andre?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the first car.
This is the first car, and for the most part, this car is fleshed out completely, right? All the buttons work that are supposed to be working, like the shades on top. I see that we have a nice missing string table for the radio there, but I'm sure that'll be fixed anytime soon. And yeah, so as you guys can see, this car is pretty much fleshed out. All the buttons should be working. Is there anything that we're missing in this car, Andy, the first one?
In the first car, probably there is all features or buttons we want to be functional are functional. So it's almost ready. Some, as you says, missing string
Right.
there is, but generally it works proper.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, and then, moving on here, this is the second vehicle that we added into the game. I think it's the same scenario. Most of the buttons are working as they should be. Missing string radio error in there. But like I said,
To be
it'll be
honest,
fixed.
there is more small issues.
Small issues?
Here.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, generally most of buttons are connected to features, and it's okay.
So I see on this model here, we have cruise control. Can you maybe talk a little bit, because this is the first time I'm seeing cruise control in the cabin of any of the vehicles. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about like how cruise control is going to work in Taxi Life?
Okay, so we in some models will have cruise control to make the driving at proper speed easier, and it will work very simple, to be honest, because when the player is driving in some speed, he can press the button, and the speed will be set as current speed, and he can release the buttons and go away.
So is it going to, like, if they press the cruise control, is it gonna be like let's say they have a destination on the map, right? When they press cruise control, is the car gonna self-drive to the destination on the map? Probably it's not that easy.
Not
right?
that easy.
Not
Yeah,
that easy, okay.
definitely not that. No, when the player press the brake, the cruise control is turned off,
Mm.
and the player can have the control again on the acceleration.
Okay. All right. Cool. I see that we have some questions coming in. We're gonna save our Q&A section towards the end of the stream. So after we're done watching some of this gameplay footage, we will be happy to answer your questions from the chat. I also asked you guys on Discord as well to post your questions before the stream. I'll double check it. If there's anything there, we'll answer them as well. But you can also ask them in the chat as well. So. Moving on here. Now this is the third. This is the van, the electric vehicle. How many electric vehicles we're gonna have? I think 2 so far, right?
Exactly. We plan to have 2 electric cars
Okay.
in the game.
Okay, very nice, very nice. And I like how we have the map mode, how the player can switch what he sees on the little TV screen in the car, whether it's like the temperature, the map, the backup camera, which is a really cool feature. It allows the player to be more immersed if they're looking to play the game in a first-person perspective. Like if they're using a steering wheel or something, an external one, then they could flip on that backup camera and see what's going on behind them. So let's see what else we got here. Collision detection button. Ooh, that was something. Okay, we'll get back to the collision detection. We'll get back to the collision detection again. And this is the last model that we added into the build, right?
No, to be honest, we have 5 car
This is
right now.
this is the 5th one, I think, the orange one, right?
Okay. So yeah, this is the last one.
Are we gonna add another one after this one? Is there one more in the works?
We should have 5 car in the build right now.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
this is the newest car. So
Okay.
we have, and the small, perfect to drive in the city. So yeah. To be honest, this is my favorite car. This is the newest and my favorite car right now.
Nice. Yeah, it's my favorite, but I don't know if it's my favorite for the same reason as your reason is. It's my favorite because I remember when I was trying to capture footage and I shared some of this footage in one of our meetings. When I spawned the car in, it just did like a bunch of like flips and it went into outer space.
Yeah, we have this kind of issue with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I remember when I spawned the car in, it did like a million flips, and then it got stuck onto a building. I think on this Estacio de Franca. I don't know. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but on this building right here, and I made a meme out of it. And it was my nickname for this car is the Spidey car. So 'cause it sticks to buildings. Anyways. Anyways, we're gonna move on here and we're gonna showcase the garage a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So this is the garage. As you guys can see on the left-hand side here, there is some statistics that you'll be able to see for the car, whether it's like engine endurance, automatic or manual transmission, I think. And some other stats. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about what kind of stats the player should finally see when the game comes out?
Okay, so the most important stats are with the progress bar. So the player can see the maximum speed, acceleration, traction. I don't remember, and I have a small power of brakes and maneuverability. Sorry. And this is the most important parameters, and they are in scale 1 to 10. And the player will be able to upgrade some of them during the game by using additional parts for the car.
Oh,
For example, new tires and this
Okay.
kind of stuff.
So we'll be able to add like better engines, for example, better tires, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. It
Okay.
will be small, not very a lot of things to buy, but all cars will have some special elements to
Wonderful.
upgrade.
And I see something interesting on the bottom of these indicators here. So I see that it tells you like the type of car that you have, right? So this is an automatic vehicle. It could seat 4 people. And some of these icons, are these placeholders or are these going to eventually mean something?
Yeah, they all mean something.
Okay.
As you said, numbers of passengers,
Right.
type of engine, and the size of the trunk, and the
The weight of the vehicle,
weight.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I think I fixed the bug here because it was 101%, and all I did was click on it and it went back to 100%. You see that?
Yeah,
Ma-
there is a bug in this section. We are still working on it, but
Yeah,
it's not big bug, but it's
yeah,
looks funny.
yeah. All right, so now we're moving on to the car selection of the garage. You'll be able to see all the vehicles that we have added into the game so far, as well as their stats. If you look on the right side, you'll see the green and red is basically comparing to the vehicle that you have now. Correct?
Exactly.
So like you have this white car selected, you want to go to find like buy another car, you'll see the stats of it, and then you'll see what's better, what's worse, and so on, right? Cool. And yeah, we talked about this, the driver progression as well in the last stream we did. If you haven't seen that, where we sort of do like a deep dive, and we talk about the company management aspect of the game and some of the perks that you can get while you're exploring Barcelona. Feel free to check out that last stream on our YouTube channel. Hello to all the YouTube people watching as well. Over here, we're going to experience the collision detector. So I'm going to make sure that I have the volume up so the audience can hear it. But it's going to be like a beep, and maybe we want to say a few words about this collision detector. So here it is. Yeah, there it is. So that was the collision detector, and right now it's not perfect, right? It's not perfect because what it's meant to do, right, is detect if you are close to a object, right, so you can avoid crashing, right? Andy, maybe you want to explain a little bit about what our plans moving forward with the collision detector are?
Okay, so we want to add this feature to make to help the player during the precision parking.
Right.
So this is the most important reason of it, and what we want to change in what you saw in this video is the range of the collision detection,
Right.
because right now it's very annoying beeping. It's happen too early, so we have to tweak it.
Yeah. I mean, when I was playing the build earlier today, I noticed, to be honest, because okay, I thought, because it's a similar beeping to my APU that I have connected to my computer, and I remember when I had to exchange my APU that I have now, it did a similar beeping noise, and I was like, "Oh my god, is my APU going bad again? Is it being corrupted or like corrupted?" But then I did this like some test, and I was like, "Oh, okay, it's just in the game, right? It's the collision detector." So, you know, that along with like the backup camera, it's definitely gonna help players that are playing in like first person mode, right? Because you'll be able to play this game however you want, right? You want to, like, you have a steering wheel, you want to go into first person mode, you will be able to experience the world from the driver's seat, in whichever vehicle you are. So any and all help that we could give the player, whether it's collision detection, whether it's adjusting, like the mirrors or enabling the backup camera, will definitely help them out with that as well. We also have a lean in feature where I don't show it in this gameplay video, but in Europe, the street lights are like, as compared to like where you would actually stop next to or like before a street light, you sort of have to like do one of these, right? You gotta look through the windshield and see when the light is changing color, right? So there's a lean in feature that we added into the game that unfortunately I don't know how to do it on keyboard. I know how to do it on gamepad right now, but I'm pretty sure that will be added in the future as well. So here we are. We are in the second vehicle model. We're going to pick up one of our customers. And here I'm going. I just gotta say, this is one of the newer levels that we added. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
No, this is the old level. We have it in the first.
It's newer for the viewers because I don't think I've shown
Maybe.
this one. Yeah. So I just gotta say, like, it looks really good. Like, it looks like an actual city that has been lived in. You have like the graffiti on the wall. You have the greenery growing around you. Just the buildings making it look very full. And it really gives a nice experience when you're driving through the city. You have all these tall buildings and stuff. This guy stopped, so I'm just gonna go around him right here really quick, and we're gonna pick up our first passenger. His name is John, but let's call him Gary. There he is. There's Gary right there. He's busy. He wants to get to his destination very fast. So for those of you that are tuning in for the first time, every passenger that you pick up will have a patience bar, right? They'll have a patience meter, and depending on how you drive, that patience meter will, like, if you drive like me, like a crazy maniac, then that patience meter is going to go down, and your customer might not appreciate that too much, to be honest. So as you guys can see here, we added and you could see this in our announcement trailer, or our second trailer actually, where you'll actually be able to engage in conversation with your passenger as well, right? So like in this example, he's like asking, where can I look for some good street art? And then you can have like a few answers. You can answer yes, you can answer no, and depending on how the conversation goes will depend on the amount of experience or the amount of tip that you'll get, if I'm not mistaken, right, Andy?
Yeah, exactly. This is the way the player can get more experience points, or more money, or even can rise the level of patience. Or get it lower, maybe.
Yeah, very nice.
In some cases.
Game sound was a bit too loud. Oops, sorry about that. I think it should be good now, because I'm not playing the video anymore. So yeah, sorry about that. I'll fix it next time. So that's the end. Let us know what you guys think of that video. I know it wasn't much, but we have to keep it short and sweet, right? We have to keep you guys, we have to keep having things to show you guys as time goes on, right? So let me know what you guys thought about that little tidbit of gameplay, and I think we'll go ahead and move over to our Q&A section of the stream. So I saw that we have a few questions from the chat before, so let me just check Discord really quick. Actually, no. Okay, I don't see any there. Perfect. So first question, can we test the game already? No, but you will be soon. Short and simple. There it is. You might as well join our Discord. Follow us on social media. That's where we share all the news from our game, and you'll be the first to know if once we share that information as well. Any plans for closed beta on Steam? Right now, we're just getting out of pre-alpha. Maybe Alex, you want to say a little bit more about that?
About getting out of pre-alpha?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are entering the alpha stage finally, eventually, within a couple of weeks, which is a very special moment in the game development, because the game will finally have the shape that the designer originally had in his mind. It should look like this, at least. So majority of the features should be in place, at least in some parts. So the game should have looks should be very close to the, maybe not still the final product, but much closer than it was a couple of months ago. So yeah, from that moment we can actually start thinking about sharing some tests, because from now on it will make sense, actually, because the game will have some form that would allow this. But it's something to be discussed, I guess, internally still. So the dates will be shared later, if so. So stay tuned, I guess.
Very nice. Yep. Yeah. As soon as we're ready to share information on when you guys will be able to get your driving hands on the game, we will definitely let you guys know. So join our Discord, follow us on Twitter. Let's go. Next question. What's the most interesting feature in the game, in your opinion, right now? So I guess maybe we could. I mean, I know that like working on the game, we sort of have a different like view on these types of things, right? But for me, from like the community manager standpoint and just like the general interactivity that there is within the game, I have never in a game seen before how you could interact. Maybe I just haven't played a lot of games. I don't know. But I really like how you can interact with the passenger that gets in the taxi. I think that's super cool. I've been a gamer for 20 years. I've played a lot of different games. I've never seen that happen. So, I think that's really cool. And how it has influence on like the outcome of the route that you make. Like, that's awesome. I don't know. What do you guys think so far?
Well,
Yeah,
I
like,
can start.
oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I think I share that opinion, that it's a very unique feature that you can actually have that conversation with the passenger, and it can be both random and story driven. Actually, I don't know if you can name any car game that has that much. Maybe it's of course not any deep story or narrative. It's not the type of game, but still you can experience some kind of a campaign, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a pure simulator, but a game that you can actually complete in some sort. Of course, still you can the world will be still open, but it gives you some kind of progression and
Yeah.
sense of completion. So it's not like and a goal, a target, an objective that you have in the game. So you can do the conversation tasks, the challenge task. You can collect collectibles. So you can do every kind of stuff that it's known and trendy within the gaming industry for years in open worlds, but it's all closed within the cabin. You're traversing through the world, so that's great in my opinion. And for me, yeah, this is the same as you said, but additionally, I just love driving through the world. Like, I don't know, it's so relaxing and yeah, very very nice experience. I'm not a driver myself in real life. I don't have driving license,
What?
so So that's a very nice thing for me, very exotic in some sorts. I always loved driving games. I like car games, and just driving around the world. So this is very nice and never gets boring for me. And additionally, since I like to manage things a lot, I like the management layer of our game. So yeah, you can basically set up your own business and get passive income because of that, and you can get more or less depending on how you play. It depends on your strategy, right? So that's a great thing. That it's so eclectic, if I might say, the whole game, that everybody can find something from them for themselves within it. So it's not just pure driving, but something else into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that awesome answer. Andy, what about you?
Yeah, as Ola says, there's a lot of features in the game, different types of features. And what is the most important, in my opinion, it is the city, the scale of the city, to be specific. Barcelona in to one scale, it's huge, it's amazing, and the level of detail we have right now, and we still increasing it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think that's the most important thing. Of course, the conversation, as you said, are very unique, and there's no any other game with the conversations, if I know. But the scale of the city, the details of the city, this is the thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to plus one that because we went to Gamescom, we went to PAX East, and like every time we mention to someone walking by our booth, or they saw, or they like they see the trailer, for example, they're just like, "Wow, I've actually been to those locations in Barcelona. I know the name of that street." Right. And, it's like that first impression that we're giving on people before they like, with no research, they've never played the game, it's the first time they've seen it, and already they're making that connection with it. It's a great thing to see, honestly, and we hope more people will be able to experience that as well. Let's see here, from Kishkorsky. I don't know. I remember your name, but I can never say it right. What is the biggest issue or challenge you're facing at the moment during development? I think, Alex, this is gonna be for you. Mm.
This is a very interesting question, actually. It's not like I'm getting out of my bed and thinking, "Oh, what's the biggest problem right now?" Right? So
Yeah.
I never I never thought about this because I'm facing a lot of problems daily. Uh, but I would say the most difficult part is connecting all the. One of the biggest problems is connecting all the systems together, because our game is systemic and they all influence each other. They are kind of integrated, and whenever you change in one thing, it might destroy the other. So it makes the development longer because of that, because that makes it very hard to make the feature once made the same quality throughout the whole development. It's a lot of things get broken very often and get fixed again. So we kind of waste a lot of time on this. Because it's never sure that once you deliver a feature, it's done forever and working You need to, control it even every week if it doesn't break of whatever reason. And one of the biggest of these systems is, of course, Traffic AI, which you probably everyone has already seen on the streams, how it behaves since it's AI. Right, yeah, this is how AI takes over the world, right? By jumping into the air. That's that big that we even sometimes call it a separate project, because it's requires that much resources, because it's very, very deep. It requires very deep programming knowledge. But yeah, it gets better and better. So we hope that one day it will really become one of the most impressive AIs in the industry. So yeah.
Very nice. Good answer. Thank you very much. I'm going to answer this question from the community manager standpoint. And for me, the most difficult thing is that whenever I'm like trying to record footage and then all of a sudden a garbage can flies out of space and smacks into the car, it never works out too good, to be honest. So, and then I have to restart the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, random flying objects, yes, that's a thing, unfortunately. But it won't be like that when the full game launches. What about you, Andre, as the lead game designer?
Wow, to be honest, I agree with Ola. This is the most important thing. The game is bigger and bigger every day, and
Right.
this is the open world, and control the stuff that it if it if it is still functional, it's really hard. Yeah.
Right. Andy, do you think, okay, since you're like the game designer, right? Like you're designing the game. So I mean, I don't know, I've never been a game designer, but I could imagine that like sometimes you're limited by like what programmers tell you. Isn't that is that true or not? Like
Yeah, it is.
when you're like, "Hey, can we do this thing?" and then they're just like, "No." Or
It's
yes, or maybe, or it depends, right?
probably it's not no, because probably the lots of things can be done,
Right.
but no with this time which we have.
Okay.
So this is the
Okay.
problem.
That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Cool. All right. So last question here in chat. Will FC Barcelona Stadium be in the game? I think as much as we would like to, I don't think it's gonna make it into the game. Because remember, guys, we're not making the entire city of Barcelona. It's only gonna be around a 7 kilometer squared portion of the game, or of the city, and it's actually pretty big because like remember, like going back to what Andy said about the city and the size, right? We're making it at a 1-to-1 scale, so it's like, as you're following the traffic rules, as you're stopping at red lights and making turns and picking up passengers, there's a lot of gameplay. There's a lot of gameplay within the map. I mean, you're not going to make it from one end of the map to another end of the map in 5 minutes. It's just not going to happen. Like the gameplay that I recorded for you guys today was just a little section of about 30 minutes of gameplay footage that I just cut out, right? Because we could be here all day, right? So yeah, unfortunately, like I said, as much as we would like to, the stadium will not be in the game at this time, unless something drastic happens. But I don't think so. So, okay, guys, I think that's about all the questions that we have for today. Thank you for everybody for asking questions. We always like to answer them. Give you guys some more insight. If you guys are interested on like the nitty gritty details on how we create the worlds that we do, we actually did a live stream on Unreal Engine's live stream where we talked about how we generate these worlds using OSM data, and how we put these numbers and lines of code into the game to make what you saw on today's stream. So feel free to check it out. You can find the video on our Simteract YouTube channel as well as on Reels. So if you're into that kind of stuff, please leave a like, leave a comment, let us know what you think. On that note, I think about that's all the time we have for today. It's almost been an hour. Man, time flies. Time flies. Alex, Andre, thank you very, very much for joining me on today's stream. Next month, next stream, let's see. Today we got February 20th. I'm going to assume next stream is probably going to be around in about more or less 30 days. So March 20th, March 27th, something like that, and we'll have some more updates for you guys. This week, I will be releasing a developer blog where we will be talking about some of the things that we mentioned on today's stream, as well as some things that we may have missed. So keep an eye out for that. Again, join our Discord, follow us on social media, and until next time, once again, Alex, Andy, thank you very much. Thank you, audience, for watching. You guys have been great. Have a fantastic rest of your Monday. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.